opinion, because their supports are like very passive-y. That's good.
That's a juicy one.
That's a juicy.
I like it. I'm liking it. This is a... Oh man, T1 Boomers already living up to the hype.
100%.
Yeah.
Two great drafters. I'm going to bring in two great casters. We are
Karl. Huskar just having a great time still. Punch still farming. Whitemon taking the top T1, or rather just trying to protect it. Everyone just happy to play slow and wait for those mid-game timings. And I'm wondering as well, John, like, do you feel like T1 should just outright have the better mid-game timing?
It does feel like it. I think the Huskar is going to be a massive problem to deal with unless your TA is ready.
They found Tim's. That'll be the first blood. Gabby able to take it on the Medusa. And looks like Zephyr will move in to try and take it, but FBZ is going to be there with the immediate Burrow Strike. Quick TP's out, but the epicenter is going to be there from FBZ. Still, they do go for the life drain. FBZ going to be healed up here from Tim's. Might just be able to survive, though the jump in from Karl's going to be out. And they will find a positive trade for T1. Boom Esports just trying to get a little bit too excited, but, you know, they end up giving a pretty decent kill away back to T1. Whether he goes for the BKB or Deso first. If you go Deso, you definitely want the first Roshan. Well, he hasn't decided exactly what he wants first, though. I think you're safe to go Deso, but you have to secure first Roshan if you do.
For sure. You need to grab that objective. You need to have that secondary life. T1 are clumping up with a smoke here. FBZ around FBZ to break.
Yeah, nice positioning from FBZ. Gonna break the smoke, and they just... Well, actually, Jackie... Still almost getting caught out as FBZ. He's going to go for an epicenter. Onto Gabby he goes. Zephyr is going to melt, but now the arena down. Cuckoo setting up very nicely onto the Sand King as they try to save, but it's not going to be enough. FBZ, he's still alive. He's going to walk out of there, and now Gabby, he's the one falling, but in goes Karl. He'll try to start another fight towards the south. Still Jackie will jump in along with FBZ on the Sand King. Karl will be fine. Meanwhile, Gabby still being chased down by Japoi, but they can't catch him. Gabby and Cuckoo barely able to get...
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Of course. Dire's middle tower is under...
Well, Jackie does work towards an Abyssal Blade into an MKB. So it looks like he is trying to resolve the issue of that butterfly and the evasion that the Medusa is going to have. Fair enough. Obviously, Yapaj not at a stage where he can carry this game for Boom, so... It is all relying on Jackie right now. The bot lane looks like a team fight has broken out, and they are going to find Yapaj. Meanwhile, top lane, even Karl trying to make the jump in on Jackie is not going to be able to hold on to it. The smoke, but they are going to wrap around the long way here. Boom Esports might run right into Karl. That'd be a great pickoff if they can find it. Instead, right now, they are going to focus on Zephyr because that's the only hero they can see on the map. And that should be a free kill here for Boom. Eventually, if they have detection, and they will, Skem comes in to save the day. Even plays a gem straight after. He's not having that crap happen again.
Yeah, he's like, no.
And T1, they're going to wrap around through the Radiant Triangle, trying to sneak up behind, but a great scan from Boom. They know exactly where they are. Just reading the map very well. Jackie's going to buy a BKB out now, and they might try to force this fight. Gabby, he'll move in, but FBZ, he's broken the smoke and moves in with the epicenter. But who have they got? It's going to be Whitemon on the backside. Yapaj, he tries to jump in with the nullifier, but now he's been caught out with a bushwhack. He might just drop, and he does. So far, so good for T1. As they'll chase for a bit more now. They'll find Skem, and all they lose is Whitemon, as they've even found another, and it's going to be FBZ on the Sand King, who tries to run away. But in the meantime, Zephyr, he will also drop to Jackie. FBZ still going to try to run, but gets taunted by Karl. Another win for T1. And this might just open up Roshan for them.
Get some info out. And Roche doesn't take too long when you have a Huskar, of course. So they're just going to be able to take it just fine. Shard up there as well. We'll hand that over to Karl. So fully kitted out. Inner fire upgrade as well. And it just feels like a really good game for T1.
Blade up. As soon as that taunt ends onto Jackie, you just stun him with an Abyssal Blade. It makes enough sense. You just need more lockdown for the anti-mage, and that's about all T1 want, as FBZ is going to try and jump in. Spears off the mark in the backside. Jackie, he gets caught out. He'll pop the BKB with the taunts there. They've got the control and they've got Jackie down. He's got no buyback. Oh, and here goes Yapaj. He will be the third to drop without buyback as well. Oh, and suddenly T1, it looks like they've got 2 Raxes. In fact, they're going for T4 towers now. Gabby, understanding they may not have buyback at the moment, are going to move in for the jugular straight off the bat, and they might just get away with it as tips are coming out from Karl. Onto the TA. Get those mind games going straight off the bat, John, here for game number 1. Is this game just over? Epicenter Burrow Strike is out. FBZ, he's going to try one last time. Karl, he'll make the jump in though and just takes him out. Oh boy. T1. Yeah, GG's call. They'll take it. Game number 1 of this best of 3 will go the way of T1. And it was a rather slow, methodical game, Jonathan, but you've got to give it to T1. They just make no mistakes.
They play so clean. They have this amazing draft that comes out. They bait out the TA. They almost bait out that AM as well. Counter picking with a Huskar, having a great lane mid to handle the TA, having this big core that's very hard to burst down in the Mars and in the Huskar. Like, T1 just plays so perfectly. They draft so well. Whitemon on the Pugna though. I really like what he was doing.